The Zodiac Killer seems to crave publicity. He sent letters and cryptograms to newspapers and the police, recounting his crimes, threatening more murders, and making Bay Area residents very edgy.
Cindy's naked, lifeless, mutilated body was found 3 days later in the desert on the military post.
The fascinating yet terrifying phenomenon of serial killers who got away with their heinous crimes has always sparked our morbid curiosity. We often wonder how they managed to evade capture, what drove them to commit such atrocities, and what finally led to their downfall, or did they ever get caught at all? Serial killers inspire a unique blend of fear and fascination in us, and it's this duality that makes their stories so compelling. The mere thought of these predators roaming free, leaving a trail of bodies and broken families in their wake, sends shivers down our spines. The fact that some of them got away scot-free only adds to the sense of unease and injustice. Challenges in bringing killers to justice. It's a daunting task for law enforcement agencies to track down and apprehend these criminals, especially when they're cunning and meticulous in covering their tracks. The pressure to solve these cases is immense, and the investigation process often becomes a cat-and-mouse game between the killer and the detectives. The impact on communities. The fear and uncertainty created by serial killers can have a profound impact on communities, fostering an atmosphere of anxiety and mistrust. It's no wonder that these cases dominate headlines and capture our collective imagination, forcing us to confront the darker aspects of human nature. Infamous cases that remain unsolved. The Axeman of New Orleans. One of the most infamous serial killers who got away was the Axeman of New Orleans. During the early 20th century, this unknown assailant terrorized the city, claiming the lives of at least 6 victims and leaving several others injured. Despite a massive manhunt and several suspects, the Axeman was never caught or identified, leaving behind a legacy of terror and speculation. The Phantom Killer. The Phantom Killer, also known as the Texarkana Moonlight Murderer, was another serial killer who evaded capture. In the 1940s, this unidentified killer targeted young couples parked in lovers' lanes, leaving a trail of death and destruction in their wake. The investigation was marred by controversy and botched leads, allowing the Phantom Killer to disappear into the night, never to be seen again. The Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer, one of the most notorious serial killers in American history, is still at large. During the late 1960s and early 1970s, this cryptic killer sent taunting letters and codes to the police, claiming responsibility for the murders of at least 5 victims. Despite numerous investigations and tips, the Zodiac Killer was never caught, and their true identity remains a mystery to this day. Close calls with justice. The case of the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez, is a chilling example of how close law enforcement came to catching a serial killer. In the 1980s, Ramirez terrorized California, invading homes and leaving a trail of death and terror in his wake. It was only through a combination of eyewitness accounts and forensic evidence that the police were finally able to track him down and bring him to justice, and even then, it was a close call. The unsettling legacy of unsolved cases. The fact that some serial killers managed to evade capture for so long, leaving behind a trail of bodies and broken lives, is a stark reminder of the ongoing struggle for justice. It's a sobering thought that these cases remain unsolved, their perpetrators either still at large or taking their secrets to the grave. In conclusion, the stories of these notorious serial killers who got away serve as a grim reminder of the darkness that lurks in the shadows of our society. As we continue to search for justice and closure, one thing is clear: the pursuit of truth and the unmasking of evil will always be a fascinating and unsettling journey. Thanks for watching, and if you're interested in exploring more about lesser-known serial killers or famous unsolved mysteries, be sure to check out our other videos. And until next time, stay curious.